Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, Nance. Listen, I'm dying to know. What's it like to finally work with Frank and Joe Hardy? Oh, Bess, you're incorrigible. Hey, if you don't want to hear, just go over there and don't listen. She's listening. So what's it like?
Well, Frank is serious and methodical, while Joe is kind of happy-go-lucky and impulsive.
They're not trying to boss you around and be all manly all the time?
No, not at all. They're great.
George has a thing for Frank. Well, you like Joe. But the real question here is, which one does Nancy like? Ooh, yeah. Which one do you like?
Neither. I like Ned, remember?
Oh, yeah. Ned. Good old dependable Ned.
You think he's boring, don't you, Bess?
You think I think he's boring? Hey, I think what you think is much more important than what I think. Translation? She thinks he's boring.
Get this. It turns out that Tino Balducci pulled the emergency brake.
Balducci did it?
He framed John Gray so he could arrest him and get some positive press for himself. I think it finally dawned on him that he's not the great detective everyone thinks he is, and probably never will be.
How pathetic can you get? Cute and pathetic. Just my type.
John Gray claims to have Camille's voice on tape.
Really? Did you hear it?
I heard a woman singing, but it was very faint.
You heard an actual ghost?
Bess, whatever I heard was barely audible. For all I know, it could have been a voice off the radio or something.
Did the real Camille like to sing?
According to Charlena, she did.
Well, there you go. You heard a ghost. Oh, Bess, you are so gullible. Open-minded. Gullible.
Charlena and Lori had this big, huge argument, and you'll never guess why.
Lori called Charlena a hack.
No.
Charlena called Lori an airhead.
No.
Bess, she doesn't really want you to guess, okay? Tell us, Nan.
Well, it seems that Lori sent Charlena a bunch of story ideas, one of which Charlena used in her latest book without telling or paying Lori.
Charlena stole something Lori wrote? That's incredible. No, the fact that Lori wrote something that Charlena thought was worth stealing. That's what's incredible.
It makes me think that Charlena is a lot more devious than she appears.
Yeah, better keep an eye on her, Nan.
I went inside the crypt where Jake buried his wife, Camille.
Was she still there?
As far as I know.
Did you see her?
No, she was kind enough to stay in her coffin.
Was it like totally gross and creepy in there?
No, it was very peaceful. Almost pleasant.
Any idea how she died?
Frank told me that he overheard the grandson of Jake's engineer say she died after she fell and hit her head.
Did she fall? Or did Jake, give her a little push?
The guy who takes care of the cemetery says he can tell from the way he buried her that Jake must have loved Camille a lot.
Ah, but did he love her? Or did he just have a guilty conscience? That's the question.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Back already?
See you in a bit.
If you need anything, just let us know.
More questions?
I should get going.
Remember, if it's juicy, I want to know about it.
What's going on?
So, how did your expedition to Jake's mine turn out?
Well, as you may or may not have heard, I didn't find the mine, but at least now I know where it isn't, which is just as good as knowing where it is. Sorta.
Hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
Helping people is what I'm all about.
Oh no! What I need is some duct tape. Yes? Do you know if there's any duct tape around here? Duct tape? Duct tape. Nope, afraid not. Sorry. Guess I better get to work. Keep me posted.
What's going on?
Do you by any chance have any duct tape?
Duct tape? Sure don't. But there was this one case I worked where duct tape came in real handy. See, I had just collared this.
I'm kind of in a hurry, Mr. Balducci.
Oh.
Maybe some other time.
What's up?
Would you by any chance have any duct tape?
Got some right there in my gearbox. That's the good news. The bad news is, I can't open the box. It's an antique lockbox that I found in this abandoned monastery I scoped out on my show last year. You can open it with either the key, which I just discovered I forgot to bring with me, or the combination, which you're supposed to be able to figure out just by looking at the box. Fortunately, I didn't put anything critical in there. I've never tried to open it without the key, but if you want that duct tape, go ahead and give it a shot.
Thanks, I think I will.
If you get it open, the duct tape's all yours.
There's an image on each of those buttons. They tell a story, maybe? I bet the animal should start from the left shore. There, good as new. Sorta. I'm finished that. Check. And we've had liftoff. Where Jake's mine is, Brimstone Canyon. Don't you look all excited. What's up? I think I know where Jake's mine is. Tell the engineer to head for a place in Nevada called Brimstone Canyon. Way to go! I knew you could do it, Francie. Not Francie, Nancy. Here's the deal. When we get there, I'm going to make sure that you get to be the first one to check out the mine. I'll call everyone together in the dining car, and while we're in there, you slip off the train. Will 10 minutes be enough of a head start? That'd be great. Think of it as your reward. Of course, anything you find in the mine is, well, mine. So if I find out that you've taken something without telling me, let's just say things could get ugly. I wouldn't get your hopes up too high. The mine might be totally worthless, you know. I know, but I have the feeling that thanks to you, we are about to discover something huge. Great job, Amy. Thank you.
All aboard!
Sounds like the train's waiting. Where's it going? Well, Frank and Joe will make sure it comes back for me. I hope. No, that's gotta be the entrance to Jake's mine, but it's totally blocked by boulders. Oh, right. This is the entrance to Jake's mine. Whoa, what's going on here? Jake's color wheel seems to be pointing toward purple. Wow, glowing lizards. Cool, but weird. Wonder what that's doing there. Another symbol. Uh-oh, there's some kind of chamber on the other side of those poles. But if I move the wrong one, the ceiling will collapse. Jake was too meticulous not to have left a clue somewhere as to how you're supposed to move them. I wonder if it has something to do with those symbols I saw before. I've seen that symbol before. Okay, so far so good. I should be able to get through there now. Jake Hurley, I presume? Camille. It figures he'd be carrying a picture of her. There's something underneath it. Looks like a letter. April 14th, 1865. Your humble friend, Abe. Oh my gosh, this is from Abraham Lincoln. And April 14th is the day he was assassinated. This letter must be worth a fortune.
That's just what I thought, too. See, what I didn't tell you when I gave you that letter Jake wrote to Ruth is that I also found his diary, which is how I found out he'd gotten to be friends with President Lincoln, and that he'd gotten a letter from Abe that he knew would be so valuable someday that he always kept it on his person. Can I have it?
Sure.
See, I knew if we could just find Jake's body, we'd find the letter. And you did it, Amy. You did it. I'm going to be famous. Good famous for once.
So you never really cared about finding Jake's mine?
Nah. I mean, it would have been nice if it was filled with gold and silver and stuff, but this is what I was really after.
And you followed me because you didn't trust me?
I trusted you to find it. I just didn't trust you to give it to me. And now that you have, you know, I'd really, really be famous if I could say I found this all by myself. But even if I got you to lie for me, how do I know you'd keep lying? Oh my gosh. What if there was like this cave-in and we were trapped, but I was the only one who made it out?
Excuse me?
Oh my gosh! That way I could not only say that I found the letter, but that I tried to save you. Only you did something stupid, and it was all I could do to save myself. Oh my gosh! I'd make the national news for sure, and people would say I was smart and resourceful and courageous even.
Lori, you can't be serious. That's crazy.
You don't understand. People are finally going to respect me. I have to do this. Sorry.
Lori! The opening's blocked. I'm trapped. I'd better get out of here before something else caves in. Maybe I could get out of here in this. Lori, are you all right?
Nancy! Is everything okay?
It is now.
As soon as we discovered you and Lori weren't on the train, we jumped off and hightailed it back here.
What the heck's going on?
I'm sure Lori will be glad to tell you all about it.
Darn you, Natalie!
It's Nancy. Dear Hannah, some hostess Lori Gerard turned out to be. When her father heard that she'd tried to seal me up in that mine, he canceled all her credit cards and said that from now on, Lori'll have to support herself. She has yet to stop crying. Tino Balducci told reporters that he knew what Lori was up to all along and said he let Frank, Joe, and me solve the case so we amateurs could enjoy his limelight. Joe was just about to belt him when a big argument broke out between John Gray and Charlena over whether John had really recorded Camille's ghost. She started calling him a crackpot, and then he started calling her a hack. Then, well, let's just say that soon the press was no longer interested in what Tino had to say. As for Jake Hurley, it turns out that his letter from Abe Lincoln is worth a small fortune. Pretty ironic, huh? Jake spent his whole life searching for gold, when all along he possessed something far more valuable, his uncanny knack for making friends. Love, Nancy. Have you ever been to Paris, France? Well, preparez-vous, because that's where my next mystery adventure takes place. I'm going to be the assistant to Nanette, a famous fashion designer. I'll be working undercover to find out why she's been acting so peculiar lately, throwing tantrums, firing people. She's even started wearing a mask for no apparent reason. Her studio is in this spooky-looking, centuries-old moulin. That's French for windmill. Of course, that doesn't have anything to do with her strange behavior. Does it? one way to find out. Help me solve my next case. Danger by design. À la prochaine!